Hey y'all, it's February the 19th, 2018, and recently, y'all, just to introduce this video, recently it was suggested to me that I might want to delete one of my previous videos. And first of all, let me address the fact is that I thank that person sincerely for caring and drawing that to my attention. It was a previous video that I made in which this person suggested, well, maybe I might delete it. And they actually had good reason to suggest that, but we're going to discuss that subsequently in this here video. I'm not going to delete the video in question. I'm not going to delete it. In fact, I don't make a habit of deleting videos. I'm not sure, but I may have or may have not deleted one or two videos in the entirety of all the videos that I've made. I really don't delete them by the time I publish them. I've deleted lots of videos before publishing them. That has happened and stuff like this. But I had a video recently which I was suggesting, that maybe I might think about deleting it. And the thing is, like I said, they had very good reason to be saying that. I'm not saying that they didn't, because the video in question is a video entitled something like Starke exposes his twisted perversion or something like that. Is kind of a funny title. Now what I gotta explain is what's very odd that I find about the video is the amount of views that it has received. If you were to compare it to the videos that are surrounding it in any of my average videos, you'd understand that they don't receive that amount of attention, and that honestly I find very curious. I didn't really think that it would get that many views. I'm not sure why it did get that many views. Some people found it quite interesting. All right, here's the thing. Like I said, my commenter, I'm not gonna name names, but he knows who he is, man. Shout out to him. He's a good commenter. He was like, man, you might think about deleting it, and I know what he means because it sounds a little bit creepy. It sounds a little bit crazy. It certainly does. What I want to stress is that, and I'll let him know, but what I want to stress is that you're going to look back in my archive. If anybody says through it, they're going to find so many more videos that are way worse than that. And the thing is, I'm not proud to say that. It's just saying that sometimes when you talk as much as I do, and you talk about certain topics, sometimes you go out on a limb. Sometimes. And here's the thing about it. I don't think anybody at all who subscribes to my channel is using me like as a way to, I don't think anybody's using me as a role model in the sense that they don't know that I'm not perfect. Of course I'm not perfect, and I'll be the first person to tell you I'm not perfect at all. Lots of times I'll make mistakes, all right? But the thing is, I'm on the hunt for the truth, and a lot of people are on the hunt for the truth here on the internet, here on YouTube, even though it's the end of YouTube. That's the name of this channel. And like I said, I've made a lot more videos that are way worse. I mean, if you wanted to, here's the thing, and I got to make more reminders, and I will make more reminders to put it on this channel and the other channel. Because as I'm doing the other channel, and it's very beneficial to everybody, and it's very uplifting, and it's not just me, it's everybody working together doing the channel. What I want to explain is that, yeah, people are going to be able to sift through my old videos and find me saying the wildest of things. However, there's always context to the wild things that I say. For example, I know that people are going to be able to find videos in which where I'm saying the N-word. I know it. All right, and that's the thing. Preemptively, I got to tell you, yes, I have said it, and I really did mean it. And at the same time, I don't have hatred in my heart for anybody. That's to include anybody of any skin color. I simply don't have the time to hate you. I don't have that kind of time. So if you want to call me a racist or whatever, a white supremacist, feel free to do it. It's just that I don't even think that racism is an actual thing that exists. All right, so paint me in whatever kind of box you're going to do. Thing is, I've said a lot of controversial things, way more controversial than the whole Starke thing. Now, like I said, there's a lot of good reasons why the commenter would have said, hey, look, you might be slipping and tripping on this. Now, the thing is, I kind of alluded to, and I kind of pretty much overtly said, hey, look, I think Rod is Tony. I think they're the same person. And the thing is, clearly on the video, And what I'm emphasizing to you right now is that I have no hard evidence for this. All right? Because if I did have hard evidence for this, I would have showed you that. All I really showed was what was in my comments, which was very curious. And the thing is, I don't know if you could even read it. Somebody holler at me if the words were even legible in the screenshots. I'm not sure that they were. I know I couldn't read them later on, but all right. The thing is, the comments got very, very interesting. Just to summarize it, you know, I'm just going to go ahead and summarize it, how it started in the comments that inspired the whole video. It's basically Starke came in and he said, you know, kudos to everybody. I love everybody in the group, except Jesus ain't real, and you're going to have to, like, give up on that Jesus stuff. I'm paraphrasing what he said. And I said that's all right and everything, but the thing is, Jesus is just a part of this channel. In fact, he's the entirety of this channel. And so it's like, man, it's real weird. It's real weird. And the thing is, I think that I think you and Tony might be the one and the same. Y'all might be peas in a pod. And then, whether it was sarcastic, whether it was Rod or not, whether it was Tony that hacked it to Rod's name, I don't know, and I couldn't tell you. But the thing is, then Rod, he goes off on a tangent. He's like, I am Tony, you found me out, I'm Tony, blip, blap, blips, clips, clap. And he started saying all sort of gibberish, just the way Tony does. And I was like, that's so weird, because the person who was just telling me about his denial of Jesus, and he loves to tell me about it. He said it in public lots of times. I'm not holding that against him. I'm just saying that's public knowledge that Rod really doesn't have no investment in Jesus. He doesn't think it's a real story. He doesn't think it's a real person, and he has the right to feel this way. I'm just saying, I knew I was talking to Rod because of his continual denial of Jesus, and that's what was happening. All right, and then I called him out on it. I said, man, you and Tony might as well be the same person. You, Rod. And then he was like, oh, I am Tony. And so that's what inspired me to make the video. Those are the beginning quotes of what I highlighted, in case you couldn't read them on the screen. And then later on, it just got real weird. And Tony, the actual Tony, see, Tony is definitely not the guy's real name. So Tony is not actually a real person. Irregardless of who he is, he's not a real person. It's a different person. I mean, someone using all sort of aliases, and they got a mixed up, disgusting, pathetic life. And they keep living it. And they keep being my troll. And I thank them for that, because it would be entertaining to me, but except they're not entertaining. All right, so Rod, he goes off on a tangent. Maybe he got hacked. I don't know. Is Rod and Tony the same person? Now, that's the real question. I'm here to tell you it's February the 19th, 2018, and I don't think that they are. I don't think that they are the real person. Because people are telling me that there was some sort of live streams that they did together. I've never seen the live streams. I don't know where they're archived or anything like that. But they're telling me that there's archives of Rod and Tony both being on a live stream. They're not the same person. Okay, fine. I'll give you that. I don't know. I've never seen the live streams. But they say, well, they're not the same person. Okay, well, here is what's the same. Technically, their motives are the same. When you think about it. For anybody who wants to argue about that, just tell me what the motives of Rod Starke are. I don't know. I couldn't tell you exactly. I remember when I first met him on the YouTube, he was telling me about something about going through the Catholic Church and doing something with canonization and submitting Caitlin's name for sainthood. I swear this is the type of stuff he used to talk to me about. And I used to kind of blow it off, and in that I don't really believe too much in all that Catholicism and everything else like that. Come to find out about Rod that, of course, he doesn't believe in Jesus, and he'll tell you he does not believe in Jesus, that he's a real person and stuff like that, and that's all good. But however, I don't know where in the world Rod is going with things. That's what I gotta point out. In the very same way, I have no idea where Tony, who is a fake person, who is a troll, and it's gross, I have no idea where Tony is going with his methodology. In the same way, I have no idea where Rod is going. Where is he going? Does he want to write letters to the Pope until the Pope recognizes Caitlin Nicole? I don't have no clue. Does he want to, holler about all the people that he wants to see in jail? Yeah, I know. There's a lot of people on the internet want to holler about all the people they want to see in jail and stuff. They're doing that. That's what they do. I'm not exactly about doing it. I will call out people for what it is that they've done, all right, in the Caitlin Nicole Davis situation, but I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I'm not going to just go on and keep on saying the things that have already been said as far as the Caitlin Nicole Davis situation and all the justice that people claim that they want. All right, so that's the thing about it. The motives of Tony, who's a fake person, and Rod, even if they're not the same exact person, their motives are the same. And that you don't know what they are. It's like, it's just very, it sounds confused. And you'll note that most of the people who's being referenced, I guess, in this particular situation with the Caitlin Nicole Davis justice groups and all of this, you'll note that you haven't really heard a peep from them for a while. Right? And I don't know if they're building up all their investigations and all the reports and all their discussions. I don't know if they're building them up, but I haven't heard from them in quite some time. I don't know if there's progress that they're keeping to themselves right now. I really don't know if that's what it is, but I don't see no progress yet, and I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting. All right, I'm anxious to see the progress is coming. All right, I don't think we're gonna see the progress as far as whether Rod is Tony or Rod knows Tony or they're best buddies or they never met before. What I'm trying to illustrate is all the morals of the story from Caitlin Nicole Davis have been realized. And so, therefore, the story is over, except for, of course, the justice that will take place, and it will be taking place for as long as it takes, until justice is attained. It will be attained by God. Of course, it's not going to be attained by human beings because we've already dropped the ball on that. And so God will have his vengeance, as clearly stated in the Bible, and that is what's happening. All right, as far as people whining and crying about this and that, and hopefully people go to jail and stuff like that, I'm not really interested in that, and I don't think many people are interested in it anymore. It is February the 19th, 2018, and y'all, I'll holler at y'all later.